Hey everyone, CPO here, and this is going to be a pretty short video, just a tip on setting up Crank Brothers clipless pedals with the shoes I'm running, which happen to be 510 Kestrel Pro Boas. So I've already got everything set up, and these are the pedals, the mallet-e's, and these are the shoes with the clips that are mounted to them. The reason I wanted to do this video is because it was a little bit confusing first time doing this setup. Obviously, I haven't even worn these shoes out on the bike yet. So my first time to set these up, and it was confusing because all of the instructions, both online and on the Crank Brothers user manual, the setup manual, talk about the clips with the two dots go on the right for a certain amount of degrees of release, and the opposite if you want more degrees. But when I got mine, I have R's and L's. I don't have dots. So it took me a little while to figure out what's going on. But basically, I found an article on the Crank Brothers website talking about the fact that the gold colored clips with R's and L's are the standard clips with a 6-degree float, and they have the 15-degree release. And so what that means to me is, with that in mind, R goes on the right shoe, L goes on the left shoe. So my guess is it's been probably confusing for people just to have one with dots and one without dots. So they must have changed it up somewhere along the line to show R's and L's. The real challenge though is the instructions that come with it still show dots. So I had to do some more research. My assumption is if you reverse the R's and the L's, you'll get the higher degree of release, similar to the dots, right? So if you reverse the R and L's, you probably get a 20-degree release, and it's 15 in their normal configuration. So that's that. You can already see just in setting these up and a couple of practice insertions and releases, I've already sort of started to break in the shoe. I won't say tore up because this is part of the break-in process. These have pins that are going to dig in when you rotate. And I need to break those in to get those a little bit easier to use. But what that means is if you are going to get a brand new pair of shoes and install clips on them, make sure that they fit first, because once you get them installed with the clips and start using them with the pedals, it's going to quickly start tearing up the outsole, even if you haven't been for a ride yet. Again, these are the Kestrel Pro Boas from 510, and now basically Adidas owns them. I like these because the Boas have the quick tightening feature and quick release feature. I hate shoelaces, and I default to not tying them tight because I don't like messing with them. But if clipless or clip-in, depending on how you want to call it, most of the biking world knows them as clipless. You want them a little bit snugger, so that's why I got those, and it's got a different adjustment for the ball of the foot, which is nice. So as far as getting them clipped in for the first time, it does take a little bit of practice. Basically, these are going to spread, which is going to allow these to go inside and then latch around them. So what I found is just getting it started by pushing forward, and then with the bike upside down, you're basically putting your shoe towards the rear of the bike, which is, it seems odd, but it actually works out well that once they're clipped in, they're in the right direction. So if the bike's upside down, the toe goes towards the rear, and then you can just apply some downward pressure and it should clip in. You can see there that's clipped in. And you should have a little bit of float. This is that 6 degrees of float. And then for release, you just need to rotate it to 15 degrees and it should pop right out. And that's where these marks are coming from, is these pins here, which I'm gonna leave. I left the pins the same, I left the spacers. I am running one spacer underneath the clips and that's because these are pretty deep shoes. But still, when I'm standing on even these wood floors, the clip's not touching the ground. It's completely embedded in there. So it does take a little bit of practice, and I think it does take a few times to get everything sort of loosened up, including this spring to sort of loosen up just a little bit. Stop tire. And yeah, once you get it a couple times, it actually gets pretty easy. So now I'm gonna go practice in the yard so I don't die on the trail or worse, fall over in front of people. Anyway, guys, that's it. Like I said, quick tip. So if you get clips that have L's and R's instead of dots, hopefully this will help you. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.